This is All India Radio. We now bring you a special news program on COVID-19. Good evening. I am Lalema Aneja Dang, and with me is Abhijit Loreng. The headlines. Centre releases new set of guidelines following extension of nationwide lockdown till the 3rd of May with strict norms. Government permits agricultural and its allied activities, health services, financial institutions and supply of essential goods to operate from 20th of April. Agriculture Ministry launches All India Agri Transport Call Centre for interstate movement of perishables. 170 hotspot and 207 non-hotspot districts identified in the country so far. And DRDL Hyderabad develops COVID-19 sample collection kiosk for health workers. The centre today notified a new set of guidelines in the light of the extension of the nationwide lockdown till the 3rd of May. In order to mitigate the hardship for the public and relax provisions for the daily wage workers and farmers, select additional activities have been allowed which will come into effect from the 20th of April in areas which are not declared as containment zones. The government has stated that all agricultural and horticultural activities, including farming operations and farm workers in field agencies engaged in procurement of agricultural products, including MSP operations, mandis operated by the Agriculture Produce Market Committee, shops of agriculture machinery will remain fully functional during this time. Movement of all trucks and other goods carrier vehicles with 2 drivers and 1 helper, subject to the driver carrying a valid driving license, to remain functional. In addition, all finance-related institutions and health-related services will remain fully functional. The government has stated that all facilities in the supply chain of essential goods, whether involved in manufacturing, wholesale or retail of such goods through local stores, large brick-and-mortar stores or e-commerce companies, should be allowed to operate. MG Narega works would be allowed with strict implementation of social distancing norms and face masks. Operations of oil and gas sector, including refining, transportation, distribution, storage and retailing of products like petrol, diesel, kerosene, CNG, LPG, PNG is also to be allowed. Hotels, homestays, lodges and motels which are accommodating tourists and persons stranded due to lockdown, medical and emergency staff, air and sea crew shall remain in operation. Manufacturing units of essential goods including drugs, pharmaceuticals, medical devices, their raw material and intermediates and food processing industries in rural areas to remain functional as well. The government has also stated that all offices of the Government of India, its autonomous and subordinate offices will remain open and police, home guards, civil defence, fire and emergency services, disaster management, prisons and municipal services will be functional without any restrictions. Centre has also stated that strict penal action will be taken against any person violating the lockdown measures and asked everyone to adhere to the protocols issued by the government. Our correspondent has the details.
The objective of the guidelines is to consolidate the gains achieved during the first phase of lockdown and further slow down the spread of COVID-19 and at the same time provide relief to farmers, labourers and daily wage earners. The permitted activities from 20th of April are aimed at ensuring that agricultural and related activities remain fully functional, the rural economy functions with maximum efficiency, employment opportunities are created for daily wage earners and other members of the labour force. The guidelines also permit all health services and the social sector to remain functional, public utilities to function without any hindrance, and the supply chain of essential goods to operate without any hurdles. These are aimed at operating those sectors of the economy which are critical from the perspective of rural and agricultural development and job creation, while maintaining strict protocol in areas where safety is paramount to contain the spread of the pandemic. With Bhupendra Singh, Suparna Saikia, AIR News, Delhi.
Industry bodies have welcomed the extension of lockdown and the detailed guidelines issued by the Home Ministry towards operationalizing the lifting of the lockdown post-April 20 after reviewing the ground situation. Secretary General FICCI Dilip Shenoy thanked the government for accepting the suggestion of the staggered exit from the lockdown.
The order issued by the Ministry of Home Affairs as a follow-up to the Prime Minister's address yesterday is a very welcome step. It actually calibrates the opening going forward and gives those industries and those commercial establishments that need to open up on the 20th enough time to plan opening with the standard operating procedures in place.
CII Director General Chandrajit Banerjee said Prime Minister has provided guidance on exit from the lockdown after April 20, which will help the industry plan better.
I must especially thank the government for its huge focus that it has given on the agriculture as well as the plantation sector, the rural population. It's a very, very important focus. And we are also seeing the MHA guidelines, which is providing a very important focus on essential items, including their smooth movement, as well as the export sector. So we hope that in the next phase, some more important labor-intensive sectors would come up, but with giving the focus on industries to restart in a calibrated manner with a focus on logistics and e-commerce. This is a great step which will facilitate both economy as well as livelihood as well as, of course, lives.
Revised guidelines issued by the centre to be followed in the second phase of the lockdown have come into effect from today. Government has allowed certain relaxations in the notified services from the 20th of April in areas without hotspots. A series of directives have been put in place to ensure a strict compliance of the lockdown. Our correspondent takes a look at the directives to be followed in agriculture-related activities.
All agricultural and horticultural activities such as farming operations by farmers and farm workers in field will remain fully functional. The agencies for procurement of agricultural products, including minimum support price operations, will be at work. Mandis operated by the Agriculture Produce Market Committee or as notified by the estates will be allowed to operate. Shops of agriculture machinery, its spare parts and repairs will remain open. Manufacturing, distribution and retail of fertilizers, pesticides and seeds have been permitted to remain open. Movement of harvesting and sowing related machines within and across the estates is allowed. Operation of the fishing aquaculture industry, movement of fish and fish products and workers of all these activities are allowed. The guideline also allows operation of tea, coffee and rubber plantations with maximum of 50% workers. In case of animal husbandry, activities like collection, processing, distribution and sale of milk and its products by milk processing plants, including transport and supply chain, are permitted. Poultry farms, livestock farming activity are allowed. Animal feed manufacturing and feed plants and operation of animal shelter homes are permitted. Besides, Manrega works are allowed with strict implementation of social distancing and priority to be given under Manrega to irrigation and water conservation. The move is aimed at facilitating the agriculture and related activities. Stay tuned for the latest with AIR News. Anand Kumar, AIR News, Delhi.
Union Home Ministry has written to states and union territories to ensure strict compliance with consolidated revised guidelines on lockdown measures to contain the COVID-19 epidemic in the country. In a letter to all chief secretaries, the Union Home Secretary emphasized that states and union territories cannot dilute restrictions imposed via the Home Ministry guidelines. States and union territories may, however, impose stricter measures than these guidelines as per requirement of local areas. They have been asked to ensure that these guidelines are communicated to all field agencies and wide publicity is given for the benefit of the public. 1,076 fresh confirmed cases of novel coronavirus or COVID-19 have been reported in the country in the last 24 hours, taking the total number to 11,439. Out of these, 1,306 patients have recovered and have been discharged from the hospitals, while 377 patients have died. Briefing media in New Delhi, Health Ministry officials said that the districts of the country have been classified into three categories: hotspot districts, non-hotspot districts and green zone districts.
देश के हर जिले उसको हॉटस्पॉट डिस्ट्रिक्ट्स, नॉन हॉटस्पॉट डिस्ट्रिक्ट्स, लेकिन वहां पर केसेस रिपोर्ट हो रहे हैं, और ग्रीन जोन डिस्ट्रिक्ट जहां पर की कोई केसेस नहीं आए हैं उसमें बांटा गया है. हॉटस्पॉट डिस्ट्रिक्ट का मुख्य क्राइटेरिया है वह जिले जहां पर या तो ज्यादा केसेस आ रहे हैं या दूसरे शब्दों में कहें तो डबलिंग रेट ऑफ केसेस वहां पर कम है.
The official also informed that so far 170 hotspot districts and 207 non-hotspot districts have been identified. He said they have asked districts to formulate district-level crisis management plan for COVID-19 and containment plan has to be implemented uniformly in the entire country.
कि हमारे पूरे एफर्ट्स शुरू से ही समस्त समाज और संपूर्ण सरकार को मिलकर कार्य करने से रहे हैं। हमें सभी जिलों को कहा है कि वो एक जिले लेवल पर क्राइसिस मैनेजमेंट प्लान फॉर कोविड-19 बनाएं। जिलों को कहा गया है कि एक की फेलियर पूरे देश की फेलियर का कारण हो सकता है, इसलिए जरूरी है कि कंटेनमेंट प्लान पूरे देश में हर जिले में यूनिफॉर्मली इम्प्लीमेंट हो। सबकी इंडिविजुअल सक्सेस ही देश की सक्सेस का कारण बनेगी।
The Health Ministry official reiterated that there is no community transmission in the country so far. Home Ministry officials said that the ministry has issued an order today making relaxations regarding essential services in areas which are not hotspots or containment zones.
जितने भी जिला अधिकारी और जिला मजिस्ट्रेट हैं भारत के, उन सभी को कहा गया है कि जो राष्ट्रीय कोविड निर्देश है, जैसे कि मास्क पहनना अनिवार्य है, सोशल डिस्टेंसिंग रखना अनिवार्य है, 5 से अधिक लोगों के समूह में इकट्ठा होना वर्जित है, इस तरह के जो नेशनल कोविड डायरेक्शंस हैं उनकी अनुपालना सख्ती से होगी। उसका अगर कोई उल्लंघन होता है तो उस पर पेनल्टी जारी की जाएगी। और दूसरी बात ये कही गई है कि जितने भी औद्योगिक या वाणिज्यिक या और भी कार्यस्थल हैं, वर्क प्लेसेस हैं, वहां पे एक स्टैंडर्ड ऑपरेटिंग प्रोटोकॉल एसओपी जो सोशल डिस्टेंसिंग की दृष्टि से बनाया गया है और जो इन गाइडलाइंस के साथ संलग्न है, उसकी अनुपालना होना आवश्यक है।
Social Justice and Empowerment Ministry has arranged free meals for more than 1,27 lakh destitutes, beggars and homeless persons since lockdown started. The ministry said municipal corporations of 10 cities were instructed in the wake of the lockdown to set up feeding centers for providing free cooked food for the persons engaged in beggary and vagrants with immediate effect. These cities are Delhi, Mumbai, Kolkata, Chennai, Hyderabad, Bengaluru, Lucknow, Nagpur, Patna and Indore. Central Board of Direct Taxes (CBDT) has issued over 10 lakh refunds worth 4,250 crore rupees in a week. These refunds are over and above the 2 crore 50 lakh refunds already issued in 2019-2020 till the 31st of last month, totaling to 1,84,000 crore rupees. Last week, CBDT had said that it will issue pending income tax refunds up to 5 lakh rupees to help taxpayers in a COVID-19 pandemic situation. CBDT further said that about 1.75 lakh more refunds are in the process of issuance in this week. Indian Railways has set a target to produce over 30,000 PPE coveralls in April itself and over 1 lakh coveralls during next month. Railways production units, workshops and field units have started manufacturing PPE coveralls for medical and healthcare personnel who are treating corona patients. Railways Jagadhari workshop had taken the initiative to design and manufacture a prototype PPE coverall. The prototype coverall was tested by Defence Research and Development Organization's laboratory.
National Human Rights Commission (NHRC) has asked the centre to issue suitable advisory to states and UTs to implement lockdown guidelines without undermining people's right to life, liberty and dignity. The Commission asked the centre, through the Union Home Ministry, to issue suitable guidelines, advisory and standard operating procedure to all the states and UTs, emphasizing that while implementing corona lockdown guidelines, the public servants, including police personnel, should behave in a sensible manner with the people, particularly those belonging to the vulnerable sections, respecting human rights relating to their life, liberty and dignity. A release from the Commission said a response to these directions is expected at the earliest. This is All India Radio, bringing you a special program on COVID-19. Before we move on, a reminder of the headlines. Centre releases new set of guidelines following extension of nationwide lockdown till the 3rd of May with strict norms. Government permits agricultural and allied activities, health services, financial institutions and supply of essential goods to operate from the 20th of April. Agriculture Ministry launches All India Agri-Transport Call Centre for interstate movement of perishables. 170 hotspots and 207 non-hotspot districts identified in the country so far. And DRDL Hyderabad develops COVID-19 sample collection kiosk for health workers. For quick news updates round the clock, follow us on our Twitter handle @AIR News Alerts.
Agriculture Minister Narendra Singh Tomar today launched the All India Agri-Transport Call Centre at Krishi Bhavan in New Delhi. This will facilitate interstate movement of perishables in the current situation of lockdown due to the COVID-19 threat. The call centre numbers are 1800-180-4200 and 14488. These numbers can be called from any mobile or landline phones any time of the day or night. The 24/7 service All India Agri-Transport Call Centre is an initiative of the Department of Agriculture, Cooperation and Farmers' Welfare for coordination between states for interstate movement of perishables. Well, procurement of wheat by government agencies has started across the country. Despite unseasonal rains and hailstorm this year, Rabi crop has recorded a bumper yield and farmers need the support of official procurement agencies to purchase their agricultural produce. Consumer Affairs Minister Ramvilas Paswan has asked states and union territories to put all arrangements in place to commence wheat procurement for the Rabi market season 2020-2021. The DRDL Hyderabad has developed a first-of-its-kind COVID sample collection kiosk, COVSAC, for use by healthcare workers and doctors to take COVID-19 samples from suspected infected patients. DRDL Project Director Dr. Jaitirath Joshi informed our correspondent that missile technology has been used for developing the kiosk with 1 lakh rupees. He said the kiosk can be helpful for taking any number of samples and reused within 2 minutes for next patient.
We have developed a COSAC, COVID Sample Collection Kiosk, a booth which is made of FRP, all fully automatic, where the patient goes inside. The health worker will be standing outside and he will be taking remotely, that is with a glove chamber, he will be taking the swab collection. The moment what happens is, if you are taking a swab, general tendency is that a patient spits or coughs. With that, the droplets is getting spread, and with this, the health worker is getting infected. With this, there is a covered enclosure. Once the sample is taken, the patient comes out and puts the sample back at the place, and immediately the door gets closed, and we have a chemical wash of 30 seconds.
In Gujarat, Chief Minister Vijay Rupani will be in self-quarantine after meeting with local MLA Imran Kherawala, who tested positive for COVID-19. Secretary to CM Ashwini Kumar said Mr. Rupani will not attend any guest at his residence for the next 1 week. The Chief Minister held a cabinet meeting today through video conferencing. Our correspondent reports that during the meeting, the government has given final touches to the master plan on the course of action after the new advisory issued by the centre. The government will make the official announcement tomorrow regarding the concessions to construction and other economic activities during the lockdown. Meanwhile, another senior Congress leader and councillor of Ahmedabad, Badruddin Sheikh, was also tested positive for COVID-19 today.
Amid the COVID-19 pandemic, Sangeeta Chaudhary, a resident of Surat, says free cylinders during the lockdown under Ujjwala Yojana is a big relief to her.
ये जो कोरोना महामारी का समय ये हमारे लिए बहुत भारी है। इसमें जो छोटी मोटी जो सुविधा है इसमें हमें बहुत राहत मिले, जैसे कि इसमें उज्ज्वला योजना जो सिलेंडर हमें जो मुफ्त में मिला जा रहा है हमारे लिए बहुत बड़ी बात है, क्योंकि 700-750 रुपया एकदम निकालने के लिए हमारे लिए अभी तो मुश्किल है। ये हमारे लिए बहुत अच्छी बात।
Dharmesh Kankaria, a resident of Surendranagar district of Gujarat, who received 2,000 rupees under PMKSY, thanked the government.
मेरा नाम धर्मेश कंजरिया है। गुजरात के सुरेंद्रनगर डिस्ट्रिक्ट में का गांव में रहता हूँ और मैं और मेरा परिवार किसान है। कोरोना वायरस की वजह से सरकार ने लॉकडाउन किया है, उसमें किसानों की कोई दिक्कत न आए, इसलिए सरकार प्रधानमंत्री किसान सम्मान निधि योजना के द्वारा सहायता की जा रही है। उसमें हमारे खाते में 2,000 की राशि जमा हुई है। सरकार का बहुत धन्यवाद करते हैं।
In the fight against COVID-19, technology has come to our help. A team of around 20 experts with the Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology have developed the Arogya app in just around 10 days. Within just 13 days of the launch, more than 50 million users have downloaded this app. More from a correspondent.
Arogya Setu is an app which works on a set of complex radio signal technique. If you have this app installed on your phone, you and your family can stay safe from the infection of novel coronavirus. This app sends you an alert in case you come in contact with any COVID positive person. Even if the person you met 15 days ago develops corona infection, you still get the alert to take necessary precautions. This way, you can make yourself and your family safe from contracting the infection. On the other hand, through a set of questions on this app, you can also self-analyze your health status anytime. For better results, it is necessary that maximum number of people download this app on their phones. We at AIR News have downloaded Arogya Setu and request you and your near and dear ones to download it now and stay safe. Stay home and stay tuned with AIR News for the latest. Anand Chaturvedi, AIR News, Delhi.
In Jammu and Kashmir, the Health Services Department is tirelessly reaching out to people to mitigate their sufferings following the outbreak of coronavirus pandemic. More from a Srinagar correspondent.
Health Services Kashmir has launched sample process in all the districts across Kashmir with an aim to take 800 samples per day. The process will provide a big relief to COVID patients and help in providing rapid response in their treatment. Moreover, 13 more positive patients have been discharged from CD Hospital, Srinagar, after getting recovered from the necessary treatment. Meanwhile, a cross-section of people in the Union Territory of Jammu and Kashmir have welcomed the decision of the Prime Minister to extend the lockdown till May 3rd in view of the threat posed by the contagious disease. They believe that lockdown is the only remedy left to keep at bay the spread of the coronavirus pandemic. This is Sunil Kaul for AIR News from Srinagar.
Uttar Pradesh Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath has asked the administration to take strict action against those people who were involved in attack on the medical team in Moradabad. National Security Act NSA will be imposed on the persons involved in the attack. Our correspondent has the details.
In a high-level meeting chaired by Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath, it was decided that emergency services will be started in different hospitals where all precautions and training of the medical staff related to COVID-19 is available. Final year students of MBBS and nursing courses will be given medical work after proper training. Government will allow start of work in those industrial units which are located in an integrated complex with strict adherence of social distancing. The special buses will run for the workers and officers of such units. The stamp and registry work will also start with few conditions. All outlets of LPG, PNG, CNG and petrol pumps will be open. Construction work of projects related to highways, road, medical colleges and other important projects will also start as per the guidelines decided by central government. Sushil Chandra Tiwari, AIR News, Lucknow.
Citing the gravity of the situation, Punjab Chief Minister Captain Amarinder Singh has announced that the state would implement complete curfew till May the 3rd in line with the nation. Earlier, the curfew was announced till the 1st of May. He has also assured all the political parties in the state of aggressive measures, including large-scale testing in continuing war against the COVID pandemic. In Haryana, 6 new COVID-19 positive cases were reported today, while 2 patients were discharged from hospital after recovery. With 6 new cases, the total number of corona positive cases has risen to 190. Out of these, 10 are foreign nationals and 64 are from other states. Now, 145 cases are under treatment in the state. In Madhya Pradesh, the coronavirus pandemic has now spread to 24 out of 52 districts of the state. However, officials point out that about 80% of the patients have been found in Indore and Bhopal districts alone. With 117 new cases being recorded today, the total number of COVID-19 positive patients in Maharashtra has jumped to 2,801. Meanwhile, the Mumbai police has registered 3 FIRs in connection with yesterday's illegal gathering of migrant labourers in Bandra. Mumbai Police DCP Abhishek Trimukhe said one of the alleged accused, Vinay Dubey, has been sent to police custody till the 21st of April. An activist, Dubey allegedly started a campaign, Chalo Ghar Ki Or, for the North Indian migrant workers. In Assam, 2 COVID-19 patients were discharged from the hospital today following their recovery. Bringing great relief to Kerala, only 1 positive case of COVID-19 was confirmed today, which is the lowest since March. Presently, 167 people are under treatment in the state. 7 people recovered today, taking the total number of recovered people to 218. Number of people under observation decreased to around 97,000.
In Tamil Nadu, the figure of new COVID-19 cases today is almost at par with the number of discharged patients. The State Health Minister Dr. C. Vijayabhaskar told reporters in Chennai this evening that 38 new positive cases have been confirmed in the state, while 37 others were discharged after being cured. Meanwhile, 2 people in Chennai have succumbed to the disease, taking the toll to 14. More from a correspondent.
In Tamil Nadu, the mortality rate due to the COVID-19 infection is being maintained well under control at 1.1%. The state government claims it testifies to the effectiveness of its clinical management. On the one hand, the number of tests is being enhanced, and on the other, the reports of new cases are going down for the last 2 days consecutively. Meanwhile, the inventory of PCR kits in the state laboratories to test for the SARS-CoV-2 virus has gone up to more than 1.6 lakh, with the leading industrial conglomerate donating 40,000 kits today and the ICMR giving 20,000 more. Jai Singh, AIR News, Chennai.
In our series Experts Speak on All India Radio, we bring you views of the leading medical experts on COVID-19. Talking to AIR News, President of Public Health Foundation of India, Dr. K. Srinath Reddy, said India is in a much better position as compared to the rest of the world as far as the COVID-19 cases are concerned, and the measures taken are yielding results.
We started getting affected later than many other countries, but we are presently in a much better position than the rest of the world, and in that sense, we are better protected. However, we still have to watch how the epidemic advances over the next 2 to 4 weeks before we can come to a judgment. But right now, it appears that our measures taken progressively from February and peaking with the lockdown are now paying dividends and showing results.
Talking to AIR News, Dr. B.N. Gangadhar of the National Institute of Mental Health and Neurosciences, Bengaluru, advised the people to follow the lockdown measures to break the chain of transmission.
One has to understand the lockdown is some form of sacrifice that we are doing for the betterment of our society. We are keeping ourselves inside the house so that we don't get infected, and if by we getting infected, we passing on infection to more people. All this will be prevented if we very religiously follow the lockdown procedure.
The India Meteorological Department has predicted a normal southwest monsoon for the country this year. IMD today issued the first stage long-range forecast for southwest monsoon season rainfall for this year. In an online briefing, IMD Director General Mrityunjay Mohapatra said that the long period average of monsoon will be 100%, which falls in the normal category.
Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman today shared with G20 finance ministers the policy measures undertaken by the government and Reserve Bank of India to support poor, vulnerable and various sectors of economy to tide over the COVID-19 crisis. Ms. Sitharaman participated in the second meeting of G20 finance ministers today to discuss global economic outlook amid evolving COVID-19 pandemic. She said G20 action plan lays the foundation for our individual and collective action to fight the COVID-19 pandemic. More than 2 million cases of the new coronavirus have been officially registered around the world, half of them in Europe. The tally compiled by AFP says that at least 20,576 infections, including 1,26,871 deaths, have been recorded. Europe is the hardest hit continent with 10,10,858 cases and 85,271 fatalities. President Donald Trump has announced that he has instructed his administration to stop U.S. funding for the WHO, which he accused of grossly mismanaging and covering up the spread of the novel coronavirus. Trump noted that the United States contributes to the WHO $400 to $500 million annually. Well, the News Services Division of All India Radio, in its bilingual live phone-in program today, will bring you a special discussion program on COVID-19. Dr. Sanjay Pandey from GB Pant Hospital will participate in the discussion. Listeners can ask questions to the experts on our toll-free number 1800-115767. You may also ask questions on the telephone number 011-2331-4444 and post queries on our Twitter handle at AIR News Alerts by hashtag AskAIR. And now, before we end, the headlines once again. Centre releases new set of guidelines following extension of nationwide lockdown till the 3rd of May with strict norms. Government permits agricultural and its allied activities, health services, financial institutions and supply of essential goods to operate from the 20th of April. Agriculture Ministry launches All India Agri Transport Call Centre for interstate movement of perishables. 170 hotspot and 207 non-hotspot districts identified in the country so far. And DRDL Hyderabad develops COVID-19 sample collection kiosk for health workers. And with that, we end the special news program on COVID-19. Goodbye.